Hey there, this is Martin and Bugsy, and Martin has a horse here that we're rehabbing. She's not ready to really ride yet, so I keep all my riders up to date with their horses so nobody gets left behind and they're speaking the same language. So this will be Martin's first lesson, first intro into what we do. So first thing I want you to do is when you get on, don't take your body up here. Put it right over here and hold the reins in your left hand.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go, my chest is gonna go right here, not back here.
Straight up.
So this, he barely feels me get on, right? The other way, I could do it and get him irritated for you, but let's just go with it.
Let's go, less irritation.
So you're gonna,
Does it matter which rein I'm...
this is just a Makati, so you just
Got
hold
it.
the rein. So you're gonna get your chest down low, right over the middle.
Okay.
Good. So Bugsy hardly noticed him getting on. So that is a way to get your ride started on a good note. He's not worried about having a rider. He felt balanced. He didn't stagger around. If you go straight up, you end up pulling him off and bad things happen. So first thing we do is we have, for us here, we have neutral, where your horse just stands. Your hips come forward, your balance goes forward. He'll go forward to kind of catch you.
Okay.
Hips come back, he'll come back to catch you. So we're
How
gonna,
far do I want to be from the back of the seat?
so you want to, that's about right. You want to have enough potential that you can sit down.
Got it.
So don't, that's an excellent point. Don't camp out in the back of your saddle.
Because that's where growing up I was... whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
So when you camp out back there, you have no stop, no backup, no nothing. And the reason you do all that is because the horse has a little pocket about right here that's neutral. Anything in front of that, they feel like they have to kind of come get you. Anything behind that, they feel like they have to come get you. So that neutral area is like a little tube you want to stay in. Your head, your shoulder, your hip, your heel, everything's lined up. So go ahead, and if you rock forward and he doesn't move, you're just going to squeeze with your calves a little. So rock forward, squeeze a little. Now go to neutral. Now go to reverse. And of course we pointed him right at the gate where he really wants to go. Really good planning. So just go ahead and pick up this left hand and turn him this way. And put it back down, put it back down. And let's go, we'll go this direction. So sit, hips back. Throw your feet forward. There. So you don't want your body to lean back as much as just your hips. And you don't have to throw them that far. But if you throw your feet, it puts your hip in the right angle. It's kind of an old reining thing. But we're not going to ride around forever throwing our feet out.
Whoop, whoop.
But to get that feel in your hip, it does put it in the right place when that foot kicks forward. So let's go forward
So,
again.
No
Yeah.
big deal if I over-exaggerate to start.
Correct.
And you're just going to dial off that.
Correct. So that's, bigger moves get you kind of started, and then you start adding finesse. So rock forward. Now stay in neutral. Now hit the brakes. There. So if you would have held that, he would have come backwards. So let's try backwards. Throw your feet forward and kiss. So he's chasing that bit of out of balance you have. Now to do that, Bugsy has to roll his hip under and use this as the driver. This is where the impulsion comes from. If you noticed, his head came down, his hips came under a little bit, his back arched a little. That is the precursor to self-carriage. Let's do that again. So back him up. And if you went to the hands, his head would come up and we'd lose all that balance. So flutter your feet a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. So everything we do has the basis in neutral, ahead of neutral, and behind neutral. So again, the stop is behind neutral and you kind of sit hard. And if you hold that and kind of kiss, they'll back up underneath you. That's our horses. So let's back them up one more time. And then bring them right to me. Back him up. Now that he has a sense of what's going on, you can kind of finesse your feet a little bit. You have to kick him out that far. All right. Hungry in the trough. So, that's the start of it. He's starting to feel you, you're starting to feel him, and you have not really used your hands at all. It's all seat, balance point, legs. Now, let's do a turn. I want you to back him up. Now, put your right calf on him and open your left leg and look to the left. Good. Back him up again. And then put your left calf on him, open your right, and look right. Good. So, all very soft on the horse. He's listening to all body positions, and Martin hasn't touched his face one time, except when he was trying to leave the gate. So it's really, really, really soft, horse-centered riding versus here's what I want to do. I'm going to pick you up, and you're going to do this. And Bugsy's doing this because he wants to do it. It's the path of least resistance for him. It's easy versus, oh, I didn't do it. You're going to pick up the reins, and now I don't really like that. So let's go do a circle around me if you can. You're going to open that right foot, and when he comes in too close, you're going to close that right foot. Open the right foot, close the right foot. Open the right foot, stay with him, close the right foot, sit and back up. So, you can control the radius of your turn by how much negative space you give them. If you give them a huge open door, they go in till they find contact. So if you give them a little open door, they hit it, they don't go as far. Big door is big turn, little open space is little turn. And if you don't want them to turn at all, you just put your calf back on and they'll go straight. Let's do that again. That was perfect.
Not that close, baby.
So open the calf, look. Nice. Okay, sit, back him up, and turn him and flip him, and let's go the other way. Now I have to, Martin's ridden before. This isn't his first time. It's his first time doing this. So now let's do another circle around me this way. So your left leg will open. Sit and back him up. Back. Now turn him right at me. So big opening and maybe a little pressure on the outside. Good. Stop, back him up. And turn him right to the camera. Good. Stop, back him up. He's listening pretty well, but I want everyone to look at how that head comes down because he's using his back end. Now when we add forward in that, his head will come down, he'll use his back end. That's collection, or not collection, but not fully framed, but it's definitely good self-carriage. So let's go ahead and do that circle again. Either direction you pick. Go ahead and trot. So to trot, you're going to just come forward and wait for the gait that you want to hit, and then go back to neutral. So come forward. Now back to neutral. Okay, Bugsy wanted his close-up. Back him up. Turn to me.
That was my bad.
Try it again. Bugs knows he's a handsome devil. He just wanted to make sure he got his close-up in. Okay. Sit down, say whoa. Go ahead and pick up your hands. Turn him back towards me. Let's come right back to where we were. All right, so Bugsy kind of left the theater.
Yeah.
Bugsy has left the building.
I didn't stop him from leaving either.
So, the reason he did that is because if you ask for more, as soon as you get that, the instant you start to get that, you got to go to neutral. If you keep asking, he's just going to keep accelerating till you go to neutral. So, no big deal. I mean, he's like, eh.
I didn't stop him from. I'm like, this is fun.
So let's try that again. I want you just to pick up a trot, either way. And if you do have to pick up your hands, pick up your hands. It's not that you can't use your hands, it's the last resort.
I was trying to go to last resort.
Okay, so get him walking. Now go to neutral. Could you see how he is ready to go? And if you do need to, slide that left hand down the rein just to point him this way. Get his nose. He'll basically follow his nose. Okay, hold on. Sit down, say whoa. So, if you're, come back over here. If your upper body goes behind, he's going to kind of run away from that. So you want your upper body to stay in place, just like that. So if you just lay back there, it's a sudden change from neutral to behind neutral that they listen to, not as much the position. So let's try it again.
So would this be considered neutral or not?
That's neutral right there.
And then a rock.
Let's go.
Try not to use these runners, but
If you need to, pick them up though. Go ahead and turn them to the right. Oh, there you go. Hit the brakes. Okay. Come on back over here.
I'm gonna run away.
So, we'll try just trotting in a straight line and hitting the brakes.
Okay.
So let's just go out to where I'm going to be. Just go straight towards the fence over there. Now hit the brakes hard. Good. Good. So you feel how that's a pretty sudden kind of firm thing.
So that helped me.
The fence?
I want to hit the fence help.
There's a method to the madness.
Hey,
Not 10 miles of open
I
space.
got a rookie on my back. Let's go.
So let's do that again. This time just come back to me. Make it a quicker sit. Okay, tip his nose towards me. Now trot towards me. Sit right there, sit. So the slower you sit, the slower sitting means dropping your hips under you. The slower you drop your hips, the slower he'll come down. A quick ask means a quick stop. A slower ask means a slower stop. That's a quick ask. So that's kind of the basics of where we go with our riding, and you did great.
Well, thanks.
You
Day one.
look like a ringer.
Yeah, right.
All right, that's it.